Hey guys, today I'll be talking about world changing order. So up to today, many people has not been wondering whether US is going to be replaced as the strongest country or not, but what they are wondering is when they're going to be replaced as the strongest country. 10 years? 15 years? 7 years? So my first point is, US will be replaced. To explain my point, I'll have to explain something to you, which is called the rise, the top, and the decline. So this is what I've learned based on history, that many countries have experienced being the strongest country and then declining and now being an ordinary country or even a country that is suffering economically. And throughout many times in history, many countries has been the top in the world, but yet decline and then be the top after many centuries. And today I'll be talking about the pattern of how the world changing order happens and why we will be seeing one in our generation. So normally on the country's rise, there will normally be strong education, critical thinking, character building, and a work ethic for all the people for rise of productivity in the country. And then the whole country will become very united to work on one thing to become really strong economically, and just the whole country, including technology, the infrastructure, will just rise together, and that's the rise basically. As the country reach the top of their time, that also means that everything they have is more expensive. Everything they're offering, selling, services, products, whatever, is just becoming more expensive. But that's not true for striving countries, because other countries can copy their newest inventions for a fraction of the cost they're offering. And striving countries are also willing to do more for less. And because of this, it will make the strongest country in the world slowly lose their competitive position in the economy. And next is the tipping point. Because when you reach the top, you don't just instantly drop. You stay there for a while, and then the tipping point will eventually come. So what happens when the tipping point comes? Well, many countries will lose their faith in the current reserve currency, which is most of the time the currency of the strongest country in the world. So to explain what the reserve currency means, is basically the currency that most countries think is the most reliable, and also the currency they use most for trading with every other country for goods and services. So when people lose faith in the reserve currency, they will refuse to buy the currency, and they would rather use their profits and reinvest it in something else. And for the last one, the decline. So the decline basically means when the country cannot sustain their own debts anymore. And yes, debts means they cannot sustain the money they borrowed way too much. And they have to choose between defaulting and printing money. And they will always choose printing money. And based on my understanding, defaulting basically means that they say, yep, we can't pay back the money. Yeah. So they'll always choose printing money. And during a bad economic time, the rich people will move their money to investments and currency they feel like it's the safest in. And you really shouldn't underestimate the influence rich people have in one country. The rich people, the really wealthy people, really means a lot to a country when they are there. And because of that, they are allowing other countries to eventually take their spot as reserve currency. And in our case, that will be renminbi from China. And when people start to use one currency as the national, international trading currency, they'll naturally win in the trading war. And eventually, when a lot of the countries internationally use renminbi as the reserve currency, that means that China will win the trade war. And when somebody wins the trade war, means they are number one economically, means while not in terms of armies and wars and weapons, but in terms of economy wise, they already won. And actually, if you think clearly about it, this is exactly what is going on with us right now. Anyways, that will be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe if you did. And I hope you have a great day. Bye.